The following provides a brief overview of the system components. The control panel is located at the front of the Dräger Perseus. You can swivel this panel upwards and downwards to ensure the correct viewing angle, whether you are standing or seated. You will find a button on the left side of the control panel which allows you to turn the device on and off. The integrated dimmable workplace illumination is also located here. A button on the right-hand side allows you to pause active alarms for 2 minutes. The rotary knob, also situated on the right side, is used to select, set and confirm items on the screen. Below the control panel, you will find the mixer unit. Next to it are the mounts for the vaporizers. A work surface is located underneath the mixer unit. On the left-hand side of this area, you will find the APL valve of the heated breathing system. A pull-out writing surface with a lockable compartment is located underneath the work surface. 2 drawers provide storage space for additional accessories. From the front, you can see the anaesthetic gas scavenging system. The float allows you to see the functionality of the anaesthetic gas scavenging system. The trolley has a central brake which locks the front wheels. The rear wheels can be locked separately. All wheels are equipped with cable guards. The device column is flanked with a standard rail on each side, which can be used to attach additional components. Cable ducts ensure the workplace is always neatly arranged, facilitating cleaning and hygiene. This image shows the endotracheal suction, the water trap for the gas analyzer, and the connections for the breathing circuit. The inspiratory port is located at the rear end left, the expiratory port at the front end right, while a breathing bag including a cone for sealing the breathing hoses can be mounted in the centre. A swivel arm can accommodate the accessories for the endotracheal suction unit. On the back you can see the anaesthetic gas scavenging hose, the receptacle for 2 gas cylinders, as well as connections for nitrous oxide, oxygen and medical air. Connections for additional gas cylinders are located behind this. Under the cover at the top of the column, you will find 4 individually fused power sockets. Under the cover at the back right-hand side of the machine is the device's main switch, 2 RS-232 interfaces, a USB port and a LAN interface. To verify power and gas supply and to check the current pressure in the breathing system, you can refer to the display of the mixer unit at any time. This is also where you will find the O2 flush button. The O2 flush is used for flushing and rapidly filling the breathing system and the breathing bag with 100% oxygen, bypassing the anaesthetic vaporizer. The O2 flow tube can be used for oxygen insufflation. To do this, the O2 switch must be in the horizontal position, showing auxiliary O2. If you need to dispense additional oxygen into the breathing system in the case of an emergency, set the O2 switch to add O2. The oxygen set by the flow tube will pass through the connected vaporizer before flowing into the breathing system. The vaporizer is in transport mode and can be placed on the vaporizer back bar. Use the lever to lock it and set the vaporizer to 0. There are 2 vaporizer slots allowing the application of all currently used anaesthetic agents. Once one of the vaporizers is open, the other vaporizer will be locked automatically. Remove the cap of the disposable click CO2 absorber in order to insert it. Hold the device by the recessed handles so that the printed instructions on it are pointing in your direction. Insert the click absorber into the receptacle and lock it. The disposable CO2 absorber can be replaced during the operation. Insert the water trap into the receptacle and connect the sample line. While the device is still turned off, set the O2 switch to Add O2 and set the desired O2 flow dose using the flow tube. As this fresh gas flow passes through the vaporizer, you have the option to adjust the anesthetic gas concentration on the vaporizer. You can use the O2 flush to speed up the filling of the breathing bag. The APL valve is used to set the maximum airway pressure during manual ventilation. If required, lift the APL valve head for rapidly releasing pressure. Finally, turn on the device. The on and off button on the control panel is used for starting the Perseus. After a short startup phase, you will see the standby page on the display. To leave the standby mode, press the Start button in the Start dialog. You have the choice between resuming a previous case and defining a new patient here. For a new case, choose the patient category first. Then enter the age, weight and height of the patient. These parameters have an effect on the age-corrected MAC value as well as on the prediction of the FI, O2 and anaesthetic gas volumes. After that, select the Start mode for ventilation. If necessary, you can adjust ventilation and fresh gas delivery settings. Use the rotary knob to confirm your settings. The buttons on the control panel can be displayed in different colours. Grey means currently not selectable. Dark green means active, while light green is selectable but not active. Yellow is the colour for the currently selected element, which can be changed and acknowledged using the rotary knob. The rotary knob is also backlit in yellow. The device also has a night and day display mode. The patient data can be found in the upper left-hand corner of the display. These can be adjusted if necessary. To the right of the patient data, you will find the date and time. Next to that is an area for displaying alarm messages. If you have paused the audible alarm, this is where the system will indicate the residual time that the alarm remains muted. You can configure large sections of the screen of the Perseus according to your individual requirements. This example shows the measured values for the inspiratory and expiratory gas. One of these is the age-adjusted MAC value. This is the location of the virtual flow tubes for the fresh gas flow. The right side comprises measured values for CO2, pressure and volume. You can see the menu bar on the right side. And the therapy bar is located here. The therapy bar displays the current ventilation mode and the available ventilation modes. Below that, you will find the therapy control for fresh gas delivery and the ventilation parameters. The main menu bar is located on the right side. Selecting one of these buttons will open a dialog window. The horizontal section of this window contains the main menu tabs for the respective topic. Each main menu can have several sub-menus. If there are any, you will find them on the right side. To open the alarm menu, press the Alarms button. The current measured values are shown in the centre with a blue background. Above that, you can see the upper alarm limits. The lower alarm limits are shown below this. You have the option to adjust the limit values manually or automatically. Next to the main menu tab, Limits, you will find additional tabs regarding alarms. You can view all current alarms, including their respective possible causes and remedies. The Alarm History tab lists all alarms that have occurred in chronological order. The Settings tab allows you to adjust the alarm volume. To turn off the CO2 alarms or to switch to heart-lung machine mode. During mechanical ventilation, this button is used to automatically adjust the alarm limits. You can use this to turn off CO2 alarms in manual spontaneous breathing mode. The Views button allows you to choose between 3 different views. You can customize these to suit your individual clinical needs. You may also hide or show limit values and units, mini trends, and ventilation loops. You can configure the current view by clicking on a field and opening the corresponding parameter box in the selection dialog and choose a different set of parameters. All modified views are marked with an asterisk in the list of available views. Pressing the Restore Current View button will discard all changes of the views. This button allows you to toggle between all 3 views. If you'd like to make a screenshot of the content currently displayed on the screen, press the Export Screenshot button. The screenshot is saved to a flash drive, which must be inserted into the USB port underneath the work surface rear cover. The menu item Trends Data contains various graphical and tabular trends, overviews of current measured values, as well as the logbook. The System Settings menu allows you to configure the screen layout. You can choose between daylight, day dark, and night. This is also where you can adjust the screen brightness, waveform scale, and sweep speed. The main menu tab, Therapy, allows you to turn off the breathing system heating, which by default is always switched on. The main menu tab, Applications, lists the software options installed on the device. The main menu tab, Systems Status, is used to check the replacement cycles of your RFID accessories. This tab also provides the supply pressures and the gas consumption of the current case. Use the main menu tab, System, to configure the volume of the alarms and to configure when you would like the system to generate log entries. The menu item Patient allows you to view the recorded patient data and correct it if necessary. The button at the very bottom of the menu bar is the Standby button. Pressing this and confirming your selection with the rotary knob will let the device go into standby mode. The ventilation mode is set to manual spontaneous breathing, and you can use the breathing bag and the APL valve to manually ventilate the patient. This ventilation mode is also displayed in the top section of the therapy bar. On the left side, you will find the fresh gas delivery and an indication of the fresh gas and oxygen content, and the fresh gas flow as well as the selected carrier gas. To change the ventilation mode, simply select the desired mode. You will now have the option to preset the configuration of the new ventilation mode. After you've adjusted the settings to the respective patient, use the rotary knob to confirm the ventilation mode change. The button for synchronizing the ventilation with the patient's spontaneous breathing is located next to the buttons of the therapy control. You will find further calculated ventilation parameters and an indication of the spontaneous respiratory effort of the patient here. Pressing the More button will open the advanced settings for the ventilation mode, such as the trigger setting. To close the advanced settings, either press the More button again or tap on the arrow. The FiO2 prediction function helps you to detect fresh gas configurations that were set too high or too low and ensures the consistent FiO2 level required during the entire surgical intervention. The prediction of the future FiO2 depends on the oxygen content of the fresh gas, the fresh gas flow, the set patient data, and the measured values of the gases. The current fresh gas setting is indicated as a triangle on the y-axis. The 30-minute timeline is divided into a 10-minute trend with a grey background and a 20-minute forecast. If the operator selects fresh gas parameters, a dotted line will show the predicted impact of change settings before they're confirmed. Vapor View will assist you in identifying inspiratory and expiratory concentrations of anesthetic gases that were set too high or too low. The prediction of future anesthetic gas concentrations are based on the fresh gas flow, the position of the hand wheel of the vaporizer, a patient model, and the measured values of the gases. Vapor View provides you with a forecast of a modelled concentration of volatile anesthetic agents. The current position of the vaporizer hand wheel is indicated as a coloured triangle on the y-axis. The 30-minute timeline is divided into a 10-minute trend and a 20-minute forecast. The coloured line shows the end tidal concentration of the volatile anesthetic agent. The other edge of the grey area represents the inspiratory concentration. If the operator selects the fresh gas flow, a dotted line will show the possible impact of change settings before they're confirmed. The econometer displays the efficiency of the fresh gas supply in 3 different colours. When you see the bar reaching the yellow section, this means there is a potential to save on fresh gas, hence on volatile anesthetic agents. In the green section, the bar indicates that the fresh gas settings are efficient and provide sufficient reserves. If the bar drops into the red section, this is an indication of an insufficient fresh gas flow. In this situation, it is advisable to increase the fresh gas flow to fill the breathing bag. As an option, Perseus can provide an econometer trend as well. The y-axis shows the same colouring of the sections as used for the econometer. The x-axis will give you the 30-minute trend with the current value at the right end of the graph. In case of power failure, Perseus will automatically switch to battery. With standard ventilation settings, the therapy can be continued for 90 minutes. The supply is guaranteed for a minimum of 30 minutes. The remaining battery charge is shown here. During operation on battery power, the breathing system heating is deactivated and the power supply of the equipment plugged into the auxiliary power outlets is cut. Should the battery run empty, you can switch to the Add O2 mode and use the emergency delivery unit and the breathing bag to manually continue ventilation. Should the oxygen or air supply fail, the remaining gas will take over. In the case of O2 failure, the Perseus will switch to air supply. If the central gas supply fails to deliver oxygen and compressed air at the same time, you can continue operation in automatic ventilation modes. To do this, remove the breathing bag. The fresh gas deficit is compensated with ambient air. In this mode, you will have to make sure that no other anesthetic gases are emitted. In case of a screen failure or a fatal device error, you can turn off the Perseus using the main switch underneath the rear cover. You can switch to emergency delivery and the Add O2 mode to continue operation in manual ventilation mode. In addition to gas measurement values, i.e. the inspiratory and expiratory readings, Perseus allows you to use age-corrected MAC values, the so-called XMAC. This can be monitored via an automatic alarm function. When the XMAC exceeds the alarm limit, the level is automatically adjusted to the level of the volatile anesthetic agents used. After the XMAC falls below the alarm limit, you can acknowledge the alarm that was triggered. By acknowledging the alarm, you can prevent any additional alarm in automatic monitoring mode if you intend to further reduce the anesthetic gas concentration. The ventilator technology allows you to set a CPAP value even in manual spontaneous breathing mode. As usual, set the APL valve to spontaneous. Please note that any leakage would lead to a rapid emptying of the breathing bag. You can use the pause function in order to interrupt fresh gas delivery and ventilation. This will not interrupt the gas measurement. This function is started via the pause button in the therapy bar. After the configurable timer has elapsed, Perseus will issue a notification or an alarm. In addition, the total pause time is continuously displayed. If you wish to continue ventilation, either select a ventilation mode or press Resume Ventilation and confirm your choice with the rotary knob. To replace the breathing system, do as follows. Remove the absorber container before opening the cover. Unlock the breathing system and pull it upwards to remove it. Now unscrew the click adapter. Insert the cleaning disc and close the adapter. As a next step, loosen the inspiratory and expiratory ports and remove the flow sensors. Turn the 3 levers counterclockwise and remove the upper part of the breathing system by lifting it up. Now unscrew the APL valve. Remove the red and blue valve. To reassemble the breathing system, insert the red and blue valve into the lower part of the housing of the breathing system. Observe the mechanical coding of the valves when doing this. Now attach the APL valve to the upper part of the housing. Make sure that the dot is correctly positioned. Reassemble the upper and lower part of the housing and lock both parts using the 3 levers. Insert the flow sensor and screw on the inspiratory port. Check the flow grill in the expiratory port and screw it on as well. After that, remove the cleaning disc from the click adapter and fit it back onto the breathing system. Pay attention that the button points to the front. The breathing system is now ready to be reinserted and locked with the green lever. Then fit the breathing system cover and latch it. Finally, insert the absorber container. We can now provide you with a special informative poster which will help you with the assembly and disassembly of the breathing system. The on and off button on the control panel is used for starting the Perseus. After a short startup phase, you will see the standby page on the display. Pressing the test button will take you to the different tests. After pressing the system test button, a checklist is displayed. Go through the checklist and perform the preliminary steps for the system test. Ensure that the APL valve is set at 30 millibar. Occlude the Y-piece. Connect the sample line to the Y-piece and water trap. Make sure to close the O2 flow control valve in the mixer unit and set the switch to auxiliary O2. Now start the system test using the Start button. The overall test consists of a pre-test lasting approximately 2 minutes and the main test, which takes about 5 minutes. You can follow the test progress on the bar on the right side. The device automatically starts the main test after completing the pre-test. No further intervention is required during the whole procedure. You can abort both pre- and main test at any time using the cancel button if you wish to start the therapy. The results of the system test are displayed on the left side of the screen. No colour means that the component has not yet been tested. A green dot indicates a passed test. A yellow triangle indicates that this component is only partially operational. Perseus can be used with the respective restrictions, however. A red cross symbolises a failed test and indicates that this component is not operational. If you are using the Dräger RFID accessories, you can specify the replacement intervals. In this case, you will see for how much longer you will be able to use the individual components. At the end of the test, a green bar indicates the device's full readiness for operation. Should one of the components not be fully operational, a corresponding notification will be displayed at the top of the screen. To confirm a passed test, press the OK button. Pay attention to two tones emitted by the speaker which indicate the correct functioning of the speaker. Dräger recommends that the system test is completed at least every 24 hours. Apart from the system test, you can use additional tests which all follow a similar procedure. If you have removed the breathing system to exchange flow sensors or for reprocessing, for example, you will have to perform a breathing system test before restarting the system. The test takes about 5 minutes. After successful completion of the breathing system test, the results are displayed here. After replacing the breathing circuit or filling the reusable CO2 absorber with fresh CO2 absorbent, you should run a leakage test. This test takes about 2 minutes. After successful completion of the leakage test, the results are displayed here. If Perseus detects an excessively large leakage during one of the tests, the respective test is interrupted. The system will display a description of the error as well as possible causes and corrective actions. You can use the leakage wizard for troubleshooting. When using this feature, the system will attempt to build up a continuous pressure. The upper curve shows the attained pressure level, while the lower curve displays the leakage. Once the leakage has been fixed, the pressure will rise to the target level and the leakage flow is reduced to a low, steady value. You can now continue the respective test. Furthermore, you can open the leakage wizard separately from the test menu. Then follow the instructions on the screen. The leakage wizard is also used to leak check the vaporizers. In order to reduce residual anesthetic agent and moisture in the system between cases, activate the automatic flushing process. You can configure the duration of the flushing process. The breathing system is flushed for up to 5 minutes with the ambient air. This does not dry out the CO2 absorbent. Subsequently, a small amount of compressed air is used from the gas supply in order to reduce residual moisture. After completing the preparatory steps for the flushing process, use the Start button to initiate the process. You can terminate the flushing process at any time using the Cancel button. The Perseus has a time-controlled automatic self-test. This ensures that the Perseus performs a self-test at the required time without any intervention by the user. In standby mode, press the On/Off button and select the option Prepare Auto On in order to prepare the automatic self-test. After completing the preparatory steps, you can specify the time you wish Perseus to be operational. Press Start to run the preparation. This is completed in about 2 minutes. At the end of the preparation process, press the Shut Down button. The device will now start the flushing process to reduce residual anesthetic agent and moisture in the system. You can configure the duration of the flushing process. The system can be flushed with ambient air for up to 30 minutes. During this time, no intervention on the device is required. After the set time, Perseus will switch off automatically and be ready for the self-test morning routine. The mixer unit displays the time you've selected for the device to be operational.